Hello, everybody. Thank you, Slush organizers, for inviting me to speak here today. My name is Tyler, and I work at fuelpowered.com. What we do is we want to help turn games into lasting franchises and build tools to assist that. So today I'm going to talk to you about that problem. So one of the most surprising facts that I learned from a recent SuperData research report is on average, across mobile games, 50% of their users are gone from their peak user amounts within 2 months. This presents a huge problem for mobile game companies as they're struggling with increasing user acquisition costs. And then on the flip side of the equation, you look at companies that have been successful in online, like League of Legends, World of Tanks, who spoke earlier, and you look at mobile game companies that have followed similar formulas, such as Supercell with Clash of Clans, and then also Funzio, which was acquired by Gree with Modern War and Crime City. Now, to tell you a little bit about our background, we are a team that has built games at EA, Sega, Microsoft, Ubisoft, and we have set our mind to solving this problem. How do we approach mobile games and help game companies here build lasting franchises? And we've done that. We're already working with a number of the leaders in mobile gaming today. And so when we looked at this equation, we looked at what a lot of the top game designers in the world have already been saying. And they all agree that the keys to long-term success are to have evergreen content that sort of keeps itself going, to have multiple ways to play the game, paths for advancement, to have great, strong social ties and communities in your game, and to have a service-based business model that can monetize over a long period of time. And the results from these tactics have already been proven in the mobile market today. 50% of revenue comes from live events for Funzio Gree, which is incredible. And Supercell has shown tremendous success. 13 of the top 15 countries in the world, Clash of Clans is the top grossing app. And the only two that it's not are Korea and Japan. It's incredible. And China, excuse me. Now, in your game world, you have all these pieces. You have all these different things that go into your game. Today, I want to talk about these two, which I think are incredibly important for long-term success, which are live ops and then live events, and as a subset of that, multiplayer and social. Now, live events and multiplayer, just to reiterate, it's really the important thing about this is that it's the best type of evergreen content you can have. It's inherently social. It lets you play against people. It lets you not only play against your existing friends, pulling them into the game and retaining players longer, but it lets you make new friends that actually are just as effective at doing the same thing. And all of this competition will drive the key metrics for your business. And I do want to point out that multiplayer as a service is not just leaderboards. This graph is actually from our product, which is a multiplayer product. And that slice that's blown out is the amount that people visit the leaderboards. Leaderboards are an important tool for a very small subset of players, which are the most hardcore, the 1%ers. But the rest of your players, they actually really don't check them that much because they don't feel like they're competitive in them. And so you need to build a richer experience that'll capture your whole audience. Now, what makes good multiplayer is actually a lot on the back end. It's a lot of the things that are behind the scenes. Great matchmaking, you want to play someone that's competitive to you. You want to have the match completion percentage to be high so that people feel like they're getting results for the time that they put in. And you want the technology to be out of the way. You want to handle failure gracefully because it is an online space, and so you should do that. With live events, in addition, you need to really build a great reward into the event, preferably something unique that you can only get through these events. The reason being that this will incentivize people, even if there's only one of these things, these great items at the top of the leaderboard, it'll incentivize people to play and to really engage with this event. And then as you change the events over time, using seasonal content or different pieces of fresh content, you can actually keep the game fresh, even though the actual structure is largely the same. And you want to be constantly tuning this. You really want to spend a lot of time keeping this up to date. What that goes into, and one of the things that we're bringing in from the online world, is what we call dynamic game variables. And this is the idea, I mean, even if you go all the way back to console gaming with the CVAR technology, essentially it's the ability to adjust your game over the air and instantly. And the app stores have made this process very painful without server-side technology, but server-side technology on mobile is hard to do. However, it's very worth it. Generally speaking, you want to be able to optimize your game as you're getting data in, and to be able to do those cycles quickly. In free-to-play gaming, it's kind of on the online world, it's table stakes, but on mobile, the technological barriers have been in the way for a long time, and that's changing now. And what all of this lets you do is it lets you actually create the most fun game that your game can be. The difficult thing when you're building a game is a lot of times you'll be building things kind of in a vacuum. You won't actually know, for instance, is level 4 too hard? Or maybe the energy takes too long to recharge, or the lives take too long to recharge, and people drop out. And you soft launch. You will launch in New Zealand or in Ireland and hope that it's a good proxy for the main markets that you want to target. But you are oftentimes going to spend weeks doing that. And so you want to do that, but you also want to think about, how can I do that over the air? How can I do that through server-side technology such that it's faster, the test cycle is much quicker, and really you save money and time. Now, the existing game lifecycle right now, you probably spend 3 to 5 months in development, and then after that you are updating it. You are supporting this game for 9 to 12 months. Morgan Jeffett, the founder of Defiant Development, had a great speech at Casual Connect where he said, freemium is not just ship your game and you're done. And that's what makes it all the more challenging, and it's a lot more work. If you have live operations tools, this work is cheaper. You can afford to have less updates. Instead, you're doing the majority of your updates over the air. And you can even shorten development time, which will give you the ability to do that soft launch sooner, make that soft launch shorter, and get into the market faster. Now, the conclusion here is that these things are critical for your business. I really believe, and we are helping to advance the idea that mobile gaming, and free-to-play mobile gaming in particular, can benefit tremendously from what we've learned from the online world, what we've learned from the League of Legends and World of Tanks, and even the Clash of Clans. And we think that if you go out and use these tools, you will be much more successful. Thank you very much. You can contact me on email or on Twitter at DTY if you'd like to learn more. And thank you for your time.